Good morning to all of you, my dear students of class 8. Today we are going to continue with the first chapter towards the modern period. Dear students, we have learned in the first video that modern period arrived in Europe in 15th century. We have also discussed about the features, the characteristics of the modern period. We have also discussed about the drawbacks, the disadvantage of modern period. Okay. So, from Europe, the modern period, the features, the characteristics of modern period, it spread to all parts of world later on. Yes. So in this way modern period started in Europe and in rest of the world. Today we are going to discuss about the two topics. The first one is sources and the second one we will discuss changes in Europe. So let's begin with the first topic, sources. Sources are the things by which we understand, we know the events of past. Okay, in earlier classes we have already read about the sources which was classified into literary and archaeological sources. Yes, but in this class we have to read about two different kind of sources. The first one is primary source and the second one is secondary source. So whatever we have studied in earlier classes about literary and archaeological sources, these two are now included in primary sources. So primary sources include literary sources and archaeological sources. Okay. Why do we call it primary sources? Because these are the things, the first things which give us information about the past. Okay. In literary sources like the accounts of officials, the administrative accounts, the surveys, the reports which was just issued, which were written by the writers of that time who used to live in the courts of the kings. Yes, so that's why they are the primary sources. Now we are discussing about archaeological sources. Archaeological sources, we all know that inscriptions, coins, artifacts, monuments, these are called archaeological sources. So these are also the first things which give us information about the past. Yes, so that's why the original documents of the past and the things like monuments, buildings, coins, inscriptions, artifacts, jewelries, etc. These are the primary sources to know the history. Next, the secondary sources. Secondary sources, it includes the writings, the books which were written by the historians after reading those primary sources and by observing those archaeological sources. Yes. So the secondary sources totally depend upon the primary sources. So the writers, scholars, historians, they went through the primary sources. They also observed the archaeological sources, and on the basis of those things, whatever they learned after just reading those things, observing those things, they give their own idea about the past. Yes, like the books that we are reading, we can say these are the secondary sources. The many books of history and other subjects, like political science, we can say political science, yes, we can say that, because which type of government or things were in earlier days. Okay, so the books of history that we read today of different writers, of different authors, they are the secondary sources. So in this way we have just concluded that to know the events of modern period that happened in Europe, yes, we people depend upon the sources, and these were the two sources, primary and secondary. Now we are going to discuss about the changes in Europe. What changes came from medieval to modern period in Europe, we are going to discuss it. In medieval period, the European society was based on feudal system. Feudal system, it means that the lands were owned by the lords, and hence they were called landlords. And there were poor peasants who worked on their fields, and in return the landlords gave protection to the cultivators, and they also helped the rulers by supplying them with the soldiers. Yes. So this was the feudal system. Actually it was a kind of oppressive system, we can say. The other side of feudal system is that the landlords used to exploit the cultivators. They used to take high revenue from the cultivators, because the landlords also had to give revenue to the kings. So in this way, the landlords used to exploit the cultivators, and thus they collected revenue, high revenue, and they just gave it to kings. So feudal system, in this system there was much more exploitation of workers and peasants, poor peoples, we can say. But the changes that occurred in modern period in Europe, that there was limitation on feudal system. Feudal system became limited in modern period. Why? How? The Crusade Wars. Crusade War is known by holy wars between Christians and Muslims. Okay? So the Europeans and Arabs between 11th and 13th century, they fought with each other. Okay? And as a result, the trading class, we can say, the traders, merchants, businessmen, they moved from Arab to the Europe. Yes? And they settled where the trade was established. They settled in the trade centers. Okay? And later on, these trade centers became the cities like London, Paris, Geneva, Milan, Venice, etc. And where the businessmen, the merchants established, these places were just here the feudalism feudalism system was not practiced. Okay? Because the merchants, the traders, they were other class, they were wealthy class. So we can say after Crusade War, one more class in society emerged, and they were called, we can say wealthy class who comprises of wealthy merchants, businessmen, industrialists, we can say. So in these cities that we have just discussed, like the London, Paris, in these areas the feudal system became limited after this war. So that's why the first change I have written over here, the limitation of feudal system in Europe. Okay, the first changes that occurred in modern period Europe we have just understood. The next thing, the next change is that rise of middle class. So middle class, we are very much familiar to this term. How they emerged, where they emerged. So how they emerged? Just we have discussed the Crusade wars. Okay. So in this we have just discussed the traders, merchants, businessmen, the wealthy people. Actually they were the middle class. They belonged to the middle class. So we can say due to Crusade war and in Europe, in modern period, middle class first of all emerged. Okay, and where they settled in the cities, the other sections of society also emerged, like the professionals. For example, doctors, lawyers, teachers, etc. So we can say thus the middle class was comprising of merchants, traders, businessmen, and the professionals like lawyers, teachers, doctors, etc. And they were wealthy and they were powerful also, because power comes with money. And middle class, they were also educated. So when the emergence of middle class occurred in Europe in modern period, they just gave their own ideas, because they were learned people. They also wanted to end the previous system, like feudal system, monarch system, because they had wealth, they had some power, but they had no access to political power. Okay, only the different dynasties, those families occupied over the rule. Yes, they were the rulers. So that's why these people, the middle class people, they had no access to political power. So because of some scholars, learned people who were in the middle class, they arose question regarding this. And in this way we can say a new change came into Europe. Yes. Now they were just trying to get power from the hands of monarchs into their hands. Yes, they just wanted to end the old institutions like feudalism, monarchy. Yes, and in place of that, they wanted a society where equality exists. They wanted such kind of government where every people can participate. Yes, so these were the new changes, we can say, and we have just discussed one of the characteristics of modern period, that establishment of democratic politics based on the idea of liberty and freedom. Yes, so this characteristic actually came by the emergence of, after the emergence of middle class in Europe. Yes, so we can say due to Crusade wars, the holy wars between Christians and Muslims, between Europeans and Arabs, the traders shifted from Arab to Europe, and that's why middle class emerged in Europe. Okay, so we have discussed two changes: limitation of feudal system and rise of middle class. These two changes came due to the Crusade wars. Okay, the next thing is that one more important event took place in modern period in Europe. In 1453, Constantinople, it was the capital of Byzantine Empire, which existed in Eastern Rome. So this Constantinople was occupied by the Turkey, where Ottoman Empire existed. Ottoman Empire ruled over the Turkey. Yes, so we can say an Ottoman Empire was a Muslim empire. So this empire actually controlled over the European empire. We can say the Roman Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, of which Constantinople was the part. So Turks, Ottoman Empire took control over the European, we can say, and Constantinople was a center of learning. Okay, many scholars used to live there. So what happened when Ottoman Empire controlled over Constantinople? Many of the learned people, scholars, they just fled away to other parts of Europe, that is one particular place, Italy. And Italy, we are going to discuss, was also a learning center. Renaissance actually took birth in Italy. So these scholars fled to Italy, and where they pursued their learnings and other kind of teachings. They enhanced their understandings of the things. Okay, and this event had two impacts. The first one is that Renaissance and Protest movement started. What is Renaissance? Means rebirth. We have already discussed that middle class and the learned peoples, middle class emerged. They were also learned peoples, and the scholars who moved from Constantinople to Europe, to Italy, which is a European country in Europe. Okay, so there, due to their learnings, a spirit of inquiry started in Europe. And we have discussed in previous video also that now people started questioning over the established principles and institutions. Like they were questioning over the feudal system, they were questioning about the dynastic rule. Okay, and due to this awareness which came by the event of 1453, okay, we can say new ideas emerged and spreaded in the Europe, and from there modern period started. Protestant movement, it also due to Renaissance, due to spirit of inquiry, there were many problems in the Christianity. That part we will discuss further in this chapter. Okay, so in every religion there were some kind of problems. So in Christianity in Europe there were many problems, and when the spirit of inquiry developed, common people started just losing faith over the church, and that's why to regain its prestige, to regain the faith of the common people in the religion, in Christianity, in the church, in response, Protestant movement started. Okay, so Protestant movement is a kind of movement by which the wrong things of religion were kept aside, and the new way of religion, new thinkings, new ideas in religion came. Yes, so these were the two effects of the event 1453 we have just discussed. Okay, and one more thing that was left in this topic. So due to occupation of Turks Ottoman Empire over the Constantinople, it blocked the trade route between the east and west. Yes, so east and west, there we can say the route was just blocked, and as a result, the people of Europe, they tried to find out new trade routes that could link the Europe to the rest of the world. Okay, so we can say the discovery of sea routes, Renaissance, Protestant movements, these were the achievements, the changes occurred due to the war, due to the historical event of 1453. So in this way we have just discussed the sources today and the different things that changed in Europe we have concluded so far. Okay, so till then, thank you, have a nice day.